YouTube, this is Vargas, and I am back again with the last part of the movie haul that I got through Power Movies. So let's get started. Picked up the ultimate Universal release of Cats. This is basically the Broadway musical, filmed and released on DVD form. However, this is the ultimate edition that Universal released. I don't know how many of these particular sets there are. I only have Patch Adams and Legend in this particular format, and visually I really like it. It has a clear case, and it has it opens and it has the different discs. Because usually these are 2-disc sets that Universal released. So there you go. However, I will have to say that while they are cool to look at, both the Legend one and the Patch Adams ones that I have are kind of weak. They tend to break here on the spine, so I have to put like a slab of transparent tape to keep them together. But they're pretty cool. They're very unique looking, and the special features, merit the purchase. I've only seen bits and pieces of this particular Broadway show, mostly the songs. But I really like the visual style of the cats, the makeup, and the whole thing that goes with it. So I'm looking forward to seeing the musical itself in its complete form. So this was a really interesting purchase, and it has a bunch of special features, which, if you follow me or if you've seen one of my DVD haul videos, I'm a big whore for special features. I do want to get somewhere down the line the Blu-ray release or the DVD release, preferably the Blu-ray, of that CGI live action mess of a movie that came out a couple of years ago. The one with Taylor Swift and Idris Elba and Ian McKellen. It's universally considered a terrible movie, but I have this morbid curiosity when someone, with a lot of people, say that the movie is garbage. I kind of want to check it out for myself just to see how bad it is. And yeah, sometimes I watch it and everyone was right. It's garbage. But sometimes I watch it and I was like, you know what? That wasn't so bad. It has happened with a lot of movies. I think the only person I have ever seen actually liked that Cats CGI mess was Brad Jones, the cinema snob. But for the type of collection that I have, and the type of moviegoer that I am, I definitely want to check it out for myself, make my own judgment, even though it's been out for a couple of years. And it's streaming. Last time I checked, it's streaming in HBO Max. But I want to add it for the collection, so yeah. Picked up the original DVD release of Robocop. This is the theatrical release of Robocop. I have the Criterion release and I have the Blu-ray release of Robocop, but that's the director's cut with a couple of more minutes of added gore and violence. But when I was a kid, the version that was playing on TV or that I could rent on VHS at the video stores was the theatrical release, the one with not as much violence. So that's this release. And again, if you've been following my channel, you know that I like to collect the theatrical release and different cuts of movies, or different releases of movies anyway. So this is the one that I grew up with, but it's still kind of cool to have that director's cut with the extra minutes of blood and gore. Picked up this DVD release of Conan the Barbarian because I've never come across this particular release. The DVD release that I've usually seen of Conan the Barbarian has Conan with the horned helmet holding the sword like He-Man saying, "I have the power!" And I can't remember her name. This chick's name, like lying on the floor at his feet. That's the DVD that I've most come across. And I have a 2-film feature release of Conan the Barbarian and Conan the Destroyer. But I picked this one up because I liked the painted look of this DVD cover. I was like, that's unique. I've never come across this DVD release. But when I got it and I was looking at the back, it's actually an extended version of Conan the Barbarian. I do need to check that DVD copy that I have to see if that's the theatrical release or if it's also an extended version. But it was kind of a nice surprise to buy it this because of the cover and it being an extended version. So if that's a theatrical, I just came across the extended cut, so that's pretty cool. Picked up the Blu-ray DVD combo pack of Jurassic Park. If it's a movie that I really, really love, I like collecting it in different formats. For Jurassic Park, I have the VHS, and I have that DVD released that has like the chrome cover. But I didn't have the Blu-ray, and I bought this one. I have seen more frequently the Blu-ray that has the T-Rex with the Jeep, but I wanted this particular version because it has the Jurassic Park logo, and it's the DVD Blu-ray DVD combo pack. I do want to check that DVD to see if the special features are different or if it's the exact same amount of special features. But this is an upgrade because the video image quality will be better. Even though I'm not a big fan of upscaling older movies, I do like the way that older movies look. And sometimes when you upscale older movies to high definition, you can kind of see the flaws in the CGI or the practical effects. I'm not a big fan of that. But it's Jurassic Park, and I freaking love Jurassic Park, so I got the Blu-ray for that. So now I have the VHS, the DVD, and the Blu-ray. Picked up this collector's edition of Lara Croft Tomb Raider. This is a really good video game adaptation of Tomb Raider. I really like the first one. Not a big fan of the second one. The first one is the best one. And I have a DVD release of this one, but I was kind of thrown off because it's a special collector's edition. The cover is different than the one that I have. But looking at the back, it does have the same special features as the original DVD release that I own. So that's kind of disappointing. I kind of double dipped. They got me. They got me with, they changed it's the Malibu Stacy situation. They just added a hat. They changed the cover, and I kind of fell for it. And I thought, this might be different. It might be a different release, or it might have different special features. But it's the exact same movie, just with a different cover. So, yeah. I do need to check my collection. I'm not sure. I think I've bought it, but I'm not 100% sure that I have that Lara Croft Tomb Raider Lara Croft Tomb Raider reboot that came out a couple of years ago. The one that's more based on the more modern video games. I actually have seen that one, and I really like that one. I think I have it, but I do need to double check because I'm not 100% sure. This is an upgrade to the version I already have. This is the Walt Disney Golden Collection release of Sword in the Stone. I have this release and the 45th anniversary edition, but the Gold Collection release that I have has a little bit of water damage and the disc is kind of messed up, and that bugs me, even though you can't see it because in my shelf I only have the spine. I know that it has water damage and the disc is scratched, and that bugs me. So I got this one. This release is minty fresh. It doesn't have any damage. The disc is mint. So this is an upgrade, and I'll just get rid of the other one. Picked up finally a copy of Ghost in the Shell. I've been really, really close to buying the DVD, but thankfully Power Movies had the Blu-ray DVD combo pack. Still sealed, still new. I have seen this movie. I have no problem with them basically whitewashing the main character for Scarlett Johansson. I get why they did it. It's because of the name recognition. A lot of people will go see a movie because it has Scarlett Johansson. And I have no problem with that. I have no problem with the visual style, which is very similar to Blade Runner. Even though I think Blade Runner was inspired by Ghost in the Shell. But it is kind of weird to see this take a lot from Blade Runner. My only problem with it is these changes that they made to the story compared to the anime. Some of it I didn't like. I was not a big fan of. Some of it I was okay with. But I've been wanting to add this one to the collection for a while, and I finally have. I do want to get a copy of Battle Angel Alita. I have seen that one. Also, not a big fan of the adaptation, but I want to get it for the collection. Picked up Appleseed Alpha. I have two different versions of Appleseed, and I really like Appleseed, but this is the newest reimagining one of Appleseed with state-of-the-art CGI graphics and the like. I haven't seen this one. I've seen multiple times the ones that I own, but this one is a reimagining. I think it's actually a prequel, but I really like the two Appleseed animes that I have, so I wanted to give this one a shot. And lastly, I picked up a bunch of the Disney Studio Ghibli releases. I really am a big fan of Studio Ghibli, especially anything done by Hayao Miyazaki. Visually, they are amazing movies. A lot of people are not that big a fan of its. I know a lot of people that are anime fans that love it. I know a lot of people that are casual fans that don't like how weird the movies look. And looking through the eyes of someone that goes cold into a Hayao Miyazaki movie, I can kind of see it, how they might be taking the back at how weird visually the movies are. But I personally love them. So I picked up all of the ones that he had, and I picked up the Studio Ghibli release of The Wind Rises. This is a very nice, calm story. It doesn't have your epic weirdness. It's a very nice, calm little story, so I like that. Picked up Ponyo. I have the Mexican release of this, and I actually have a couple of box sets that were released in Mexico. The only problem with those is that they don't have any special features, and again, I'm a huge whore for special features. So I rebought these because of that. But Ponyo is really cool. Again, very visually a beautiful movie, but it does visually also get kind of weird. But I picked up this one because I really like Ponyo. Picked up Spirited Away. This one is also very, very weird visually. It has some really, some might say, disturbing visuals, but I kind of like that kind of stuff. And not a Blu-ray DVD release. All these three were Blu-ray DVD releases, but this is just a DVD 2-disc set of My Neighbor Totoro. I have the 1-disc DVD release of this, but this is 2 discs. It has, I don't want to give out the code, but it has this one, disc 2 of My Neighbor Totoro. I was actually waiting for my kids to be a little older before, introducing them to anime. And the first one that I went through is My Neighbor Totoro, and they really, really liked it. They did think it was kind of weird, but they did like the visual style, and they really, really fell in love with Totoro. So I'm really happy about that they genuinely enjoyed this. And they have seen it a number of times, and they still like it. They still like the visual style of Totoro. And I'm waiting for them to get a little bit more older before I introduce them to more Studio Ghibli stuff. I introduced my daughter to Ponyo, and she liked it. Thought that was cool. But for anything like Howl's Moving Castle or Spirited Away, that has a little bit more of extreme visuals, I might hold on to those until they get a little bit older. But they still, I am trying to introduce them to more stuff, and they seem to be taking it well, so that's good stuff. Like always, I like to recommend the highlight of the DVD haul, and out of all of these, I'll recommend all of them. You can go with Robocop and you'll have a good time. You can go with Jurassic Park and you'll have an amazing time. Lara Croft Tomb Raider is really good. It's a really good video game adaptation. Sword and Stone is amazing, especially that wizard duel that Merlin has with Lady Mim. Ghost in the Shell has its issues, but I still recommend it. And then everything Studio Ghibli, especially directed by Hayao Miyazaki, I can freely recommend, and you'll enjoy. So yeah, that was the end of this bunch of movies that I got through Power Movies. I just got this, so I haven't bought anything new. And I don't know I'll probably again hold until I have a whole bunch of stuff. Then I'll get together with Power Movies and pick up the stuff that I have. I haven't bought anything through Power Movies for a while, so I don't know, if you'll ever see not ever see, but I don't know how long it will be before you see another DVD update, unless I go to, I don't know, Dollar Tree and pick up a couple of DVDs, or to a flea market and pick up a couple of DVDs. But until I do so, yeah, well, that's when you'll see it. So I'm thinking of diversifying the channel and doing more stuff with my kids, or maybe doing I don't know, a DVD review. I've mentioned that I want to do a DVD review, but I just can't seem to find the time to do so. But I'll probably look into that, since I'm not buying as many DVDs as I tend to. So that's something to look forward to. But until then, thanks so much for, catching up on my channel. If you would be so kind, I'd greatly appreciate a like, a comment, and if you're new to the channel, a subscription. That'd be cool. But until I see you all again, thanks so much for watching, and take care, and I'll see you in the next video I upload.